Welcome back to Blue Collar Sports, everyone. Thank you for staying with us once again through that break as we enter, unfortunately, our final segment of today's show. As we are going to wrap it up a little bit early due to some other things going on. But
Seth's got to go golfing.
I am not going golfing. I promise you that. I wish I was going golfing. I wish I was staying here another hour then going golfing.
Absolutely.
I'll say that. But got a work thing I got to go to. So we will unfortunately be wrapping it up this segment. If you tuned in so far, you've heard us talk NBA, lots of NBA. The news around in the first segment and our top 10 power forwards that segment, all those periscopes for you will be on our Twitter page at BlueCollarSR. The BC, the S, and the R are all capitalized, so definitely go check that out. But you're listening to Blue Collar Sports, and we're changing gears here and flipping the switch to another subject.
Like you said, it's going to be our last segment today, unfortunately. But what we do every last show is end it off a great week with a debate. And what we got today is I'm going to say 3 little mini debates right now.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them are going to be in the NFL. I'll talk about the other one in a sec. But the first 2 in the NFL, we got Le'Veon Bell. Obviously, he's been in the news recently. He wants that Pittsburgh. He's going to be a free agent. He's going to go somewhere new. Antonio Brown, it sounds like there will be a trade in place by tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what Adam Schefter reported.
Absolutely. So I think a deal will be done by tomorrow. So we'll give our debate and picks of where he's going to wind up. And then the last one, who will be the next Bachelorette? We don't know. I did get a recap of the last show, so good stuff there. But those are our 3 mini debates today.
Yeah, those are. We'll start with Antonio Brown because that's kind of the more
one.
recent. That's the big one. Lots of drama there, that's for sure.
Too much.
My eyes at that.
This is the Bachelorette.
He's got his own form, which I'm sure we'll have more on that in a bit as well. But Antonio Brown, it's reported that he will most likely be traded by tomorrow. Does this surprise you? Because I feel like his stock's going to become more valuable draft time.
Yes.
So the timing of this surprises me. I think they just want to move on.
Yeah, I don't know exactly if they're trying to make. I think it's because they're trying to make space for free agency. They want to get their cap projected right, and so they could sign the players that they want to. I think that's what they are. But I do think maybe they're pushing it a little too fast. Maybe they should wait to the draft, where I think a team will definitely give up a 1 and a couple other picks to get a guy like Antonio Brown. So I do think they're pushing it a little too fast, but I think they're trying to set themselves up for a good free agency.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But with that being said, Trevor, where do you think the best spot for Antonio Brown is?
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that. I know I've mentioned this before. San Francisco makes a lot of sense to me. Jimmy Garoppolo needs that big-time target. Obviously, Antonio Brown could be that guy. He needs weapons on the offensive side. San Francisco can get anything they want. But I don't believe that's what's going to happen. Haven't heard the Niners in the names and discussion to pull a trade with the Steelers. A team that I have heard of that I think will likely make the deal is the Tennessee Titans. I think this makes a lot of sense. For both sides, Tennessee, they're kind of in the middle. They're not a great team. They're not a bad team. They're going to get to the playoffs usually with an average team. They're absolutely right in the middle of what I would call an average team. Marcus Mariota, an average quarterback. I do like what they did this past season. Good new coaching staff. Defensively, they've been able to step the game up. Derrick Henry's been able to prove he is their number 1 running back. Yeah. So that's good that they have. They're sold on that. Their offensive line is decent. Corey Davis, though, hasn't been able to stay healthy and become that number 1 target that Mariota needs. So what they need is an outside perimeter talent like Antonio Brown, who could take away good defenders from the defensive side and clear up space for Corey Davis. Antonio Brown can help Marcus Mariota grow. Marcus is going to have to take more deep shots that he's probably uncomfortable of doing, but able to grow and become the quarterback I think he can do. Antonio Brown's going to help him a lot there. So I think that offense can improve mightily if they're able to get a guy like Antonio Brown. And obviously their defense is very nice as well. So if Tennessee wants to make strides of getting out of that average tier, they need to make a trade for Antonio Brown.
Yeah, that's honestly not a bad fit. I would like that. I know Tennessee last year, I saw they led the league in screenplays, and you throw Antonio Brown into the mix there, it's going to be some better screenplays for you. So I like that fit. The team I'm in argue for now is I haven't necessarily heard that much in the mix, but I think it'd be a really cool spot. And I think and there's a reason behind it. But I'm going to say the Green Bay Packers. I think Green Bay Packers right now, the last couple of years they've been battling this battle with McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
McCarthy's now out of the picture. I think it's a good time to show that we are going all out for Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers only has 2-3 good years left in him. I lost a lot lot of my juice on the Aaron Rodgers
Okay.
train last year. But, I mean, obviously, you give him the right pieces, this guy could go win a Super Bowl. And it starts with Antonio Brown. I think they need to go sell out and prove that they are all in for Aaron Rodgers, and they're all in to win right now. I don't know if they've shown that yet, but I think with a move like acquiring Antonio Brown, that obviously shows that they want to win right now, and they're willing to take the risk for Aaron Rodgers. They just got him on the big deal. It's going to be hard to keep him happy if they don't, and I think it's the timing's perfect. As a big wide receiver, obviously, he's hitting the market with Antonio Brown.
I do like that fit a lot if it's possible. You pair up Aaron Rodgers with Antonio Brown and Devontae Adams on the other side. That's a mighty duo. And obviously, I think that would be fantastic for their offense. I don't know if that's what Matt LaFleur, the new head coach, wants to do, though. He's a no-nonsense kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd bring in a guy like Antonio Brown. Obviously, he's been in the news. And Antonio wants the big market. He wants the stage. Green Bay is the opposite of that. And honestly, Antonio Brown and Aaron Rodgers, I don't know how good of a fit that would be.
It'd be interesting.
It'd be a lot of head shakes. I know they were trying to get out of the Mike McCarthy situation as well. I don't want this to happen again because Aaron Rodgers needs a win right now. Like you said, maybe a couple more years as the best quarterback in the game. And then I don't know what's going to happen after that. So he needs a guy like Antonio, so I'd be willing to see it happen. But the situation, I don't know if it's there for them.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what happens, but we do expect to see him go by tomorrow. We'll see if that happens. Another spot I thought would be a good fit would be the Panthers. We've seen him work out with Cam Newton in the offseason, and they need a playmaker in their receiver. They do not have any receiver, so I like that fit as well, too. But before we wrap up today's show, I want to get to Le'Veon now. With him being a free agent, and I think a lot of this Antonio Brown noise actually kind of helped him because there's a lot of negativity around him, and that seemed to go away. But where are your favorite spots right now for Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah, we kind of talked about it. The two biggest teams with market cap space is the New York Jets and the Indianapolis Colts. I could see him going for the biggest deal at either of those teams. If I'm the Colts, though, I don't want to give him the big-time deal. I want him to give a 2-year or 3-year deal that's a little bit less, but one of the higher-paid year-by-year deals for a running back. That way you could go get some defensive players that they need as well. But You put Le'Veon Bell with a team like the Colts with one of the best offensive lines, one of the better quarterbacks in Andrew Luck, who's going to find him the ball. I think it's a fantastic move that could put them in Super Bowl contention. I already think they are. And so I think Le'Veon Bell, if he wants to win, Colts is the right move, but I don't think he wants to win. He was on a very nice, very talented Steelers team the past year that he didn't want to play for. He could have won with them. So I don't think that's really what his motive is right now. So I think he's going for the money, and a team like New York is probably what is going to be able to sign with because they're going to probably give him the money, but which is also going to help Sam Darnold grow and get that offense experience on their side.
I really like the fit in Baltimore. I'm a huge fan of this fit in Baltimore, and I think they've made a couple interesting moves lately that I think could be showing that they're going to go all in on Le'Veon. Because we know they've kind of been linked. I think he'd love to play Pittsburgh twice a year and play in Pittsburgh every year. I think that's something he would really enjoy. But they cut C.J. Mosley, their veteran D lineman, which really drew a lot of questions. And then they cut Eric Weddle, their
sad to see him
safety,
go.
which I love Eric Weddle.
I can't wait to see where he goes.
He's a class act. I want to see. I hope he goes to a veteran team that can make a run at it. I would
him
love
and Earl
see
to
him
Dallas?
play. If they both go to Dallas, that would be very entertaining to see.
Landon Collins also.
I'd like to see it. Who's the other Chargers safety right now? They got Derwin James, and I don't know if the other one's a big name or not, but I'd love to see a return for him to the Chargers.
That'd be sweet.
And play with the veteran with the young guy, Derwin James. So there's a lot of good safeties. Landon Collins, Earl Thomas.
They're on the market.
Class is the deepest, that's for sure. Tyrann Mathieu as well.
Yes.
So a lot of big-time names there. But I like the fit in Baltimore. I think they're going to make a run at going all in on Le'Veon. They need a guy that could catch a lot of checkdowns, and Le'Veon's the best running back in the business at doing that with Lamar Jackson playing quarterback. They need a reliable running back who they could go to when the game's on the line. And I think it makes a lot of sense. I think he loves to play Pittsburgh. I got Baltimore numbered as my top spot at number 1 for Le'Veon Bell.
I sure would like to see Le'Veon play Pittsburgh 2 times a year.
In a rivalry, too.
One of the best rivalries in the NFL. So that'd be a great move. I know you said it. They are possibly making the move to do that, clearing space. And Eric Weddle, I hope it goes to the right team that can win now because he deserves it a lot.
Another running back which surprisingly is starting to hit the market, but the Bears have talked about putting Jordan Howard on the market, and there are a report came out today that discussions are heating up quick for them trading young running back Jordan Howard,
Yeah.
a team that is young and really talented. Does this surprise you?
It does surprise me a lot. I don't know why they're trying to move on from him. He was a fantastic, him and Cohen, great duo for the Chicago offense. And I would only do it if they're able to give up a lot. A running back to me is a lot more important than a receiver. I wouldn't take nothing of a first-round pick.
Nothing short of a first round
Nothing
pick.
short of that. Jordan Howard's a nice player. He's obviously not one of the best running backs, but he's very important to this team. And I don't know why they're getting rid of him, but if you do, I need a first-round pick for this young team to help build this team. They have to do that.
You think they're possibly trying to enter the Le'Veon sweepstakes?
I'm not sure what the money-wise is, but if they're able to land Le'Veon, watch out because we know their defense. They need talent on the offensive side. Wow, that would be fantastic. I do like that.
It would be interesting to see. It's really interesting because I don't know who. I love Tariq Cohen, but he's not a 3-down back. He's not going to play every single down. So I don't know what they're trying to go. They might be up to something that we don't know about.
Yep.
But that's going to be something that's very interesting to track, and that was news that broke today.
So good stuff in the NFL world there. Also good stuff in the Bachelor world. I wanted to recap that real quick. Cassie left on Tuesday. Hopefully you're watching this and haven't watched it yet. I'm giving away spoilers. So Cassie left, and then that brings up my take on who's going to be the next Bachelorette, Cassie or Kaylin. I still think Cassie is going to wind up with Colin at the end of the day. So Kaylin is my pick for Bachelorette. So Seth, I might be taking a break from the show, making an appearance on this show itself and Bachelorette. But don't worry, I will say that I'm a radio host for Blue Collar Sports, and if you want to come on, then anytime is welcome.
I love that. That's like it could be a good driving force, a good line to use, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously there's a lot of jump. I know we got the famous fence jump that I've been
We
hearing
finally
about.
got it, and the fence jump was all over Twitter. We saw the Dallas Cowboys tweeting at him with Ezekiel Elliott jumping the fence and say, hey, this is the real, this is how you really jump a fence, is like Ezekiel Elliott. So it was very funny to see teams tweet at him, and he also tweeted, hey, give me a shot. I want to get back into the league. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen for you, Colin.
He's a little occupied.
He's a little too busy being a big star now on ABC.
So definitely not a lot, not just in the sports world. There's a lot going on in the entertainment world, that's for sure. But unfortunately, we are going to wrap up today's show now a little bit early. Again, we are from 2 to 4 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday. Today we are kind of a little short. I got a work thing I got to go to. But it was a great show. I talked a lot of hoops, gave you our top 10 power forwards, and big-time NFL news. We'll see what happens this weekend. Antonio Brown may be gone by as soon as tomorrow. So and of course, NBA is continuing to wrap up. Duke, North Carolina, Saturday night. Zion is out for that one, but that's also something to watch for. There's a lot going on. Baseball's right around the corner. It's an exciting time.
Absolutely. Tuesday's going to be a fantastic show. A lot going down this weekend. We're going to have breaking news, I know, on Tuesday, and then we're going to set up for a great show on Thursday. So I know spring break's coming up. We're going to have a fantastic week next week to end it, and I can't wait to be there on Tuesday and see you guys.
Have a great weekend. This has been a 106th show of Blue Collar Sports. We'll see you Tuesday.